Hey, everybody, Thomas here, and we are up in Wisconsin. We're absolutely enjoying our farm, and this is the location where I've decided to go ahead and put my sawmill building. And we have to build it big because of the snow load up here. So the design load in this area is 40 pounds per square foot. So I've done some numbers and everything. These are true 2x12s. Actually, they're 1 3/4 by 12, I should say, but it's bigger than what you get as a 2x12 from your hardware store or anything like that. So it's kind of interesting. We're going to do it where we have these screws. We got 3 smaller screws and we have 2 larger screws. These are holding this in right now, and I've got it doubled up on both sides of these telephone poles. Then I'm going to come up with another board that's going to butt up to the bottom of these and everything, and then that'll be secured along this post all the way down. So that'll make sure that the screws are not the only thing holding that up those 2x12s. So that's 2 2x12s. We're gonna have a 2x12 running from here all the way across to this side over here. So it's gonna be a 22-foot span, or excuse me, it's a 21-foot span. So all the way across, we're gonna have a 2x12 on top of that. We're gonna secure it to the post here. We'll secure it to the top of the post there. So that'll be secured on both sides. So we doubled up there. On the front side here, we're gonna put on the back side or the inside a 2x12 that runs that way. And then nothing on the outside, because I'm going to actually do a little lean-to off the front, if you will, like one of those little rain angled things off the front. And then I'll have probably 2 or 3. I'll probably have 3 2x12s throughout the middle of this span section here. But yeah, this has been really fun working on. The weather's been interesting with it, really windy. It is kind of warm. It's like 89 degrees or something like that, but the wind makes it a bit tricky when we're up in the air. On the low end side, people have asked this a lot, what am I building to? So I'm at 10 foot there, 12 foot here, but then you got to think I'm going to be another foot higher, because there's going to be another layer of 2x12s there and everything. She's going to be like 2, on the inside height, it'll be a foot higher. So my clearance will be 11 foot on that side and 13 foot on this side. So somewhere about 12 foot, that gives me some room to work with. Maybe it's overkill, maybe it's not, whatever, but this is gonna be insane. Now the other funny thing is this wood right here, this tree was actually cut in Mississippi, like cut down in Mississippi. Then I hauled it to Tennessee, and then we milled it in Tennessee on my dad's 22-20 mill, because these are actually 22.5 foot long. And then we went from there up to here to Wisconsin, and now we're installing these giant 2x12s. So fun. We're gonna get back to work here. Okay folks, so building of the sawmill shed. This is our 3rd sawmill shed we built. It is going well. It is very difficult. These are 22-foot long 2x12s, or like I said, 1 3/4 by 12s. And they're going up there very well. Had to build it very stout, but we have 4 2x12s on either side, or 2 really, but 4 in total, and then being held up like that. We're about 30-inch spacing on the back one there. It's a little bit more, it's 34 inches, but that's okay because I've got it doubled up on the back side there. Once we had it set, I wasn't going to change it. So one of them's going to be a little bit different, but that's okay. This is a sawmill shed. I think we'll have ample carrying capacity for the snow. So without further ado, we're going to get our 3rd one up. It's gonna be, these 3 middle ones here are very difficult because we have to put these spacers in between, and those are oak and everything, just to hold them in place. And I have to put little wedges in order to make it flat top, so it's not like tilted over. Next, what we're gonna do after we put the next 2 boards up and everything is we're gonna come through the middle here, and we're gonna go ahead and put blocking between it, and that'll prevent any twisting motion. But we had to have a vertical direction, so we maximized the most of the 12 inches. If it was tilted over, like if I just followed the curve of the or the slant of the other 2x12s or anything, if you had it over like this, then you'd have a bending moment down in the actual span itself. We don't want that. We want to make sure it's as straight up and down as possible. So there you have it. Stay tuned. Okay, so in order to make this work, we made this contraption, this temporary contraption on the front of the forks. Essentially what we did is we took 2 of the 2x12s, lots of ratchet straps and everything, then made like a little board that holds it up there and allows us to lift up as high as we can, and then we tilt up over top of the actual telephone pole. The reason we do it that way is because we lifted the first one up by hand, and it was all I could do just to pretty much get it up over there on the ladder. It was absolutely just not fun. And as we got higher, I'm like, this is only gonna get more and more difficult. So by using this, we get it up there, and yeah, it should work out pretty well. For like the last one, we're gonna be at our max height essentially, but I think because we have that post right there, it's gonna make it easier. But we're gonna go ahead and, this is the difficult part. So this one actually slid down on us. It's now kind of flat-ish. I have to stand that back up, align it on that line, and then I have to make my little wedges that go into there. So yeah, let me, once I get that done, I'll go up there and I'll show you the wedges that I'm putting in there and kind of how the connections are made. So as you can see, I've got my little wedge in there. It's an oak wedge, and that makes it where the board, I can't really get a good angle here, makes it where the board will sit straight up and down on top of these other 2x12s. We've done that to each of these, and again at 30 inches apart. Next we have to do is that one right there. That one should be the easy one because I actually have more meat to secure to, and doing the same thing on the other side. And looking forward to this being done because I am at the top rung of the ladder. There you have it, folks. We've got all of our rafters up, if you will, and then on the front side here, went ahead and doubled it up. That's 2 of these 2x12s, and then I'm going to come back and I'll put some fancier stuff up there, but I just put one little board right now to kind of keep together. But that way, this front support here, essentially it's like a 2x24, if you will, and on the back side there, I can put a post if I need it, but we're also going to put in some bracing and stuff too. But for the most part, the hardest part of this building is done, getting these monster things up here. Next we'll be putting on the metal and everything, but this is by far the beefiest sawmill shed I have built. So yeah, we'll see how winter does with it, but I think it'll be okay. And on the back side, we're gonna do a lean-to off the back as well. We may even use some of the structure that's already there, but we'll see. Folks, so we've been working on this all day today. Got the portion, the longest span, covered up. Dad's bringing the sawmill into it. This is the brand new sawmill. Very excited about getting her undercover so she's not in the woods anymore. So yeah, good things are happening. Kind of a hot day today. It was 90 degrees, but it's a different kind of 90 than what we have down in southern Mississippi. All right, folks, we've been working on this building for about 2 weeks now, but really it's only been about 3 days. So I've got the last piece of metal I'm about to put up. As you can see, I've got all the rest of this on here, and this is metal that we got used down in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. I'm gonna put a link in to the guy's information, but super helpful because when I went to the building supply store, I think they wanted $464 a linear foot. I'm like, guys, I'm just putting up a sawmill building. I really don't want to pay that much. So anyways, I was able to get this. Oh, it was under $2 a linear foot. I don't remember exactly. Not bad condition. The bottom sides, as you can see, are nice and clean. That's what people are going to see. On the top side, yeah, there's a little bit of graying to it, but it was already gray to begin with, so all fine and dandy. So once I get this last piece up, we'll head down and we are going to take a look at what the bottom looks like. Stay tuned. Okay, folks, so Tommy helped me get a few things up here, but we have the longest, section of the shed done. Now we still have to do the lean-tos off of it and everything, but for the most part, we have the main portion of the sawmill covered. Now all I gotta do is I gotta unlevel the sawmill and back her in a little bit more and everything. But what we did is I actually cut on the sawmill 2 red pine logs. I was able to get everything out of 2 red pine logs. It worked out really well. Now this right here is only a 14-foot span, so I went with 2x10s vice the 2x12s, and I did a oak 4x6 there because that was left over, something that I had and everything. And I might come and put one on the outside, but to tell you the truth, I think that's going to be fine there. I'm going to put a better blocking system there. That was just to hold it up there because that sucker was a beast to get up there by myself, because earlier I had my dad help me, and now it was just me, and getting that thing up there where it's that high in the air was very, very difficult. But very excited to have everything on there. I can come back in later and put some more blocking and stuff in there, but I just wanted to get the roof over that. yeah, it's done. It's very sketchy getting on and off. I had to use the tractor and the ladder together, so in conjunction to get up on there. But yeah, we have the sawmill covered. Now I can back her in and then start working on the lean-to off of this side. And that's where I'm going to put like my truck and probably some other stuff here. And I'm going to bring the sawmill back a little bit, but maybe even get the tractor somewhere over here. I might make a little lean-to off the front side here for the tractor. Not sure yet, but this is a work in progress. I'm just glad that we got the main part covered.